Ineffective cloud management has meant soaring cloud costs. Hi, I'm Tom Shields, and on today's Intelligence Report, taming runaway cloud costs. We're at the beginning of the end for cloud migration, with greater than 67% of enterprise infrastructures now running in public cloud. The imperative has shifted from chasing innovation and agility alone to also needing efficient management of day-to-day cloud operations. With me now are John and Jevin. You guys know a thing or two about FinOps. With more workloads in the cloud, with people using multiple clouds, it's getting more complex. So what are we going to do?
As the public cloud took off the last 5 to 10 years, we saw more and more companies not just moving to the cloud, but having multiple clouds. 90% of enterprises tell IDC they're in multiple clouds. Sometimes that was on purpose. Sometimes that was inherited through acquisitions. Sometimes there was a business demand that forces a certain kind of capability that only one hyperscaler had. But regardless of how they got there, they're in multiple clouds. They're going to be in multiple clouds to stay. Sometimes it hurts innovation, but it almost always impacts your cost.
What are the ways that people are kind of getting beyond that to actually have something that can help them to scale and manage this as they continue to grow in the cloud?
Well, that is one piece of advice we give to all the enterprises that call us. Don't use spreadsheets. Stop using spreadsheets today. The complexity is out of control from the hyperscalers and the amount of detail that they provide. I was just talking to a client at a recent FinOps convention, and they spun up one virtual machine for 1 month, generated a $300 bill. It wasn't very complicated. And they said, let me take all the defaults and download the usage and capacity report for that. It was 180 pages long. The spreadsheet was, just dozens and dozens of columns wide. You cannot analyze that if you're in multiple clouds and have hundreds or thousands of servers out there. You need a tool to be your single source of truth to be able to pull all that together and then, share that with your organization and start collaborating and communicating better.
Jevin, given your admonition not to use spreadsheets, what should we be looking for in tools to help?
A tool that supports multiple clouds, of course, is critical, and especially one that has automation and AI at its core. To be able to analyze those thousands of different configuration and pricing tiers across multiple cloud providers really takes a complex tool, but you can pull everything together, have those recommendations that you can share with your company, and really begin that collaboration and that whole change culture that we like to see with FinOps.
So you said a key word there, collaboration. You can't do it with tools alone, right?
Right. It is about people and process. We love talking about technology. We're all in IT, but it is about the people and the process. You've got to break down those barriers, just like DevOps kind of broke down the barriers between IT and developers. We want to see the finance, the procurement, the line of business folks collaborating with IT and really using that single source of truth, those analytics and dashboards to make better decisions and really get ahead of it. The one thing that no one in IT likes is the call from the CFO. Each month when that cloud bill shows up, what's wrong now? Let's go fix it. And then the next month, you're right back to where you were. So if you can get ahead of that, get finance to buy into it and be more proactive, that's where we want to see you with your FinOps journey.
I think it comes down to how do you create a continuous process that actually is looking at these things, making the right decisions, deploying the right resources in the right way, and not, as you described, something's broken, how do we fix it quickly in a reactive mode?
We really want to see you get away from that. You've got to build that trust, and that starts with having a tool that people can see and have input on, and that communication, the collaboration. You probably need a dedicated FinOps practitioner. But even in a medium-sized company, one person that's dedicated and can run the tool, make sure those meetings happen, and can bring those teams together. And especially the DevOps, we want to see those folks participating in FinOps because they can drive the cost more than anyone by making one code change. So we want to see them participating, not only so they can learn, but then they can have input back. Hey, we can optimize and improve our environments by making these changes for you.
Perfect, Jevin. Thanks. Lots of useful info here on getting cloud costs under control. There's more valuable information on FinOps in this series, such as creating a FinOps culture and going beyond simple cost optimization. Be sure to tune in.